Today I'm gonna be building an AI cold calling system for roofing companies so that we are able to send more than 100 calls a day to book appointments so that an agent can go to check the roof of another person on their house. So today I'm gonna be building this system inside Vapi and NA10, and I'm gonna be guiding you through the process. So without further ado, let's go directly into building it. I am Diego Sainz and I'm an AI entrepreneur that have been already 2 years building solutions for different businesses in the US and well, the rest of the world. Let's go into it directly. So guys, here I am in this case in Vapi, which we're gonna use today to build this roofing company voice agent. So for that, we're gonna go directly into assistants. Take into account that at first we're gonna try to make as much calls as we want. This is an agent that is gonna be doing outbound calls, calling people on a neighborhood or in the area so that we can ask them if there's any issues with the roofing, and if we can actually go with an agent to check if the roof has any problems and then sell them a new one. Let's be honest, that's the objective. So let's go to assistants, let's create a new one and let's call it roofing agent. We're gonna create this assistant, and in this case we're gonna change some settings. Here inside the model of ChatGPT, I'm gonna leave for one cluster. That is latest cluster actually. That is one that gives us let's say a latency really low, which is good and works a lot. Works a lot, no tiene sentido. And it's being used a lot by a lot of voice experts. So I'm gonna leave it there. We're gonna set the assistant speaks first with a message, which we are gonna use a variable that I will explain you later what they are. Hello is this name. So this name means that here is gonna be the name of the person. So if we are calling Mike, it's gonna be hello is this Mike. That way we are gonna be able to personalize the message. We will be adding the system prompt later, no worries. The temperature, we're gonna lower it to 0.3 for example. Then the voice configuration, I don't like a lot the ones that Vapi actually gives us, so that's why I'm gonna go to the ElevenLabs library where we have a bunch of voice options to choose. But we're gonna go to filters, we're gonna choose here our language that is gonna be English, and we can choose an accent, for example Australian, British. Let's go with British, and I'm gonna choose a male. So for that we're gonna apply now the filters, and we have everything here to choose. By the way, I'm gonna add another filter which is gonna be conversational. I prefer them to be conversational. So what do we have now? Right now here, let's check.
I am a very famous voice in customer care. Let me know, how can I help you today?
Okay, it sounds good.
You'll be on first name terms with one of our dedicated support agents. Let us do the hard work and deal with any carrier issues on your behalf.
This one sounds exactly like the Cambridge or the IELTS exams, but it doesn't sound actually really realistic. Let's try 2 more.
Hiya, I'm Jay. I'm a proper Manc with a proper northern accent. Great for a footballer or something similar. Sorted! Swear down!
Man, this accent was really hard. Now let's try this
Just
one.
to reassure you, we're not just looking for a quick fix. My goal is to find the right solution for you and keep things transparent along the way.
Okay, so let's go with this one. I actually like it. So we're gonna copy right now the voice ID. We're gonna bring it back to the Vapi dashboard, and we're gonna change in this case to ElevenLabs. Now we're gonna click on add voice manually, and we're gonna include here our custom voice ID. Here we have the different models. In this case, ElevenLabs Turbo B25 is the one that works best for English. If you are doing it in other language, just choose multilingual, but this one generates the best response. It's true that in a bit more time, if you want to be rapid and fast responses, go with Flash, but in this case I prefer better responses in more time. It's true. Later we're gonna go to the additional configuration. I'm gonna change the background sound to office. I like it to be a bit of background sound. Why not? I like it. And then the speed, I'm gonna lower it a bit to 0.9 if we can. There you go. Because I think that when an AI voice agent is a bit slower, it sounds more realistic. Fantastic. So with this said, we're gonna leave the transcriber of DeepGrund, and here we'll be using tools later because we want to actually create a new one there so that we can send the data to NA10, where we can book the appointments, check availability, and everything depending on the day and time the user gave us to do a visit inside their house. So yeah, I'm gonna right now write the prompt, and let's continue with the guide. Okay, so in this case I already added the prompt, and what are we gonna do now? We're gonna go to tools, and inside tools, in this case we're gonna create a new one. In this case I already have one on a previous video of booking a spa. I'm just gonna duplicate it, or if not, I'm just gonna actually copy the same. What are we gonna do? We're gonna put this in the date and time in which the user wants to go to the spa. Well, we're gonna copy this. I'm gonna create a new custom tool, and it's gonna be, in this case, appointment, for example, or create appointment, however you want to call it. I'm gonna call it create appointment, and I'm gonna paste that. And let's put the date and time in which the user wants an agent to go check his roof. Let's put his roof. Okay, so with this done, we're gonna leave it has to be always after now. If they say tomorrow, it means the day after. I'm gonna, in this case, save it, and now we're gonna go back and I'm gonna copy exactly the date. So I'm gonna copy this, I'm gonna bring it back, I'm gonna add this property, it's gonna be date, I'm gonna paste it here, I'm gonna put it as required, and it's gonna be want an agent to check his roof, and I'm gonna apply it, and I'm gonna save it. Okay, there we got it. Really easy. We're gonna go back to assistants, and we're gonna come back to, in this case, tools. We're gonna select our tool, and it's gonna be create appointment. Beware that here we should use the tool and say that the assistant has to get the information inside the tool or the function, however you want to put it, as I put here, and I say here inside the prompt. So I'm just gonna publish it, and what I'm gonna do now is actually go to NA10, where we're gonna create a webhook, and we're gonna connect it directly to that tool. So we're gonna open our dashboard, and we're gonna create a new workflow. There you go. We're gonna create a new step in which we have to add, in this case, a webhook, a normal one. So we're gonna go with webhook, and we're gonna, in this case, put that as post. We're gonna click here. First put post. We're gonna click here to copy it. Let's go back to tools, and we are actually gonna paste it here inside the server URL. There you go, and we're gonna save it. There you go, fantastic. So with this said, let's come back, and we can actually test it. Yeah, I'm gonna put it with chat first so that it works. By now the assistant is gonna talk as with this variable of name, but no worries, because when we send the call, we're gonna configure it so that we receive all the information in terms of, in this case, the normal name and everything personalized. Okay, so let's say yes. Let's say yeah, why not? Fantastic. So now we're gonna put no, I don't know. Let's put this, and now let's put yeah, yes. Fantastic. And now we're gonna put here, and we're gonna actually execute the workflow. I'm gonna now wait here until we got the trigger, and then let's put, for example, what day and time works best for you. Let's say Monday at 4 p.m. let's say, for example. And there we go, we got exactly the information. Let's check that it's giving it us in 2023. So let's put here in the clarifications at the end of the prompt, remember the date we collect has to be after now. Fantastic. So let's test it again. Let's just test so that we can actually get into the correct part. Let's put yeah, let's put no, let's put yes, and let's say now Monday at 5 p.m. For example, I'm gonna execute the workflow here again, listen to an event, and I'm gonna send it. And there we go, we got it exactly. I'm recording this at 11th of September, and it has given me for the 15th of September, that is Monday at 5 p.m. and with the exact format that I actually want it. This is great. So just to let you know, guys, in this case for booking and checking availability, we're gonna be using Cal.com. This app that is really similar to Calendly, we're gonna be using that one. I have used it in previous videos, but in this case we're gonna do it directly with it. So first of all, just follow me because we have to add here a data modifier. So edit fields, where we are gonna drag, first of all, we're just gonna drag it normal, our date. Let's put correct date or first date. Let's call it first date. I'm gonna execute it, and now we're gonna basically bring another edit fields in which we want to put let's say all the start of that day and the end of that day, to check if there's availability for the agent of the roofing. You know what I mean? We could actually add another day or 3 days to check the availability of the roofing agent in the next 3 days, but by now I'm gonna just do it on those days. So let's say in this case that, let's say if date start, let's call it, and be careful because here what we want to put, for example, is, let's say this guy does some checks from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. let's say, for example. So we're gonna put here to datetime, first of all, dot format, first of all, and here it's gonna be year, month, day, and careful here because what we're gonna do is to space, no, plus, in this case, T like this. You will know later why we need it like that. It's needed for the format, basically. It has to be in an ISO format. And here we're gonna be, if it starts in this case, 9 a.m. Well, we're gonna put 9. And here you would be able to put your country code. Let's say you are from Europe, like me, put +02. If you are from Miami, you just have to put like this, you know. So in this case, as I'm in New York, perdóname Santiago, me he equivocado. So in this case, as I'm in Madrid, I'm just gonna put my format date, my time zone. But if you are, for example, from LA, just put yours, or New York, just put yours. And now we're gonna put the end date. So let's put date end, and I'm gonna copy this, and I'm gonna actually change it to 9 p.m. Fantastic. So now we can also execute it, and now we're gonna go directly to Cal.com to do the HTTP request. So we're gonna add an HTTP request, and here we're gonna use Cal.com to check all the availability. Okay guys, so let's go directly in this case to Cal.com, and let's try to do everything so that we can check that availability. So what should we do right now? You should in this case create your account if you don't have a Cal.com account, and then create here an event, clicking on new. Once you have done that, you have to go in this case to your event, but I would recommend you in this case staying here because you be ready, because we have to go in this case to Cal.com docs, because we're going to be using it for both cases, for using the API key for getting the slots, the free ones, and also booking appointments. So what we have to do is come here to the HTTP request. We're gonna leave it in get, and I'm gonna paste this one. You have to do exactly the same, just type it on your own, or if you want, just take a picture, copy it, and it's gonna work. We are gonna use this one because it's gonna allow us to get all the slots that we actually want to get. So then what we're gonna do actually is come here, and we are gonna send query parameters. So let's click here, and in this case the first one is gonna be API key, and here you have to put your API key, which you will get in this case by coming here to the settings, and you can go here to your API keys, create one, and paste it in this case here. Fantastic. So later we should add probably the start time, which is gonna be the date start, and we should probably also add the end time. So let's put here end time. Fantastic. And let's put the date end. Right. So then I'm gonna also add the time zone. There you go. Here you should put your own time zone. Mine is Europe, Madrid. Remember, first is the continent and then the city. So if yours is New York, just put America, New York. There you go. So I'm gonna leave it in this case in Euro Madrid. That is mine. Now we're gonna put in this case the event type ID. There you go. And what is the event type ID? So some minutes ago I told you to create an event back in cal.com, because now what we're gonna do is basically come here and we're gonna copy the number that we have here in between this, let's say, line and the integration mark, so we can paste it in this case here. There you go. So now let's use it, let's test it, let's execute the step. So I have to add my API key, let me do it, and let's do it again. Okay, there you go, I did it, and I'm gonna execute the step. There you go. So in this case, there we go, we have all the time slots that we actually wanted. So what are we gonna do next? Next, we're gonna actually get those slots and pass them to a string. So that's why we're gonna actually add an edit fields, where what we're gonna do is actually add those slots, add them here, and let's call it correct slots. We could call it, yeah, correct slots. There you go, and let's execute the step. As you can see, we're gonna have all these slots here that we want. Why do we want that? Because right now we're gonna then add an if, where we're gonna check if this correct slots, and let's put contains the first hour that we wanted. This one, the first date. I think this one is gonna work. So as you can see, it's true because it did include it. So the date that he requested was the 15th of September at 5 p.m. And as we can see here, we have, in this case here, we have it the 15th of September at 5 p.m. We don't need to add, in this case, the time zone. If we are dealing with America and dealing with different time zones, it's true that we will have to change it. We should have to ask about the time zone, but as I'm doing it for my country, for Spain, it's the same on all of them. Well, it's true that in the Canary Islands it's not, but I'm gonna suppose that it is the same for all of them. So later with this set, well, what should we do? We should probably then just create the appointment. And for that, we have to put it in the ISO format, that is the UTC time zone. You have to take that into account. So as Madrid in this case is 2 hours after the UTC format, I'm gonna have to bring it 2 hours back. If you're from Miami, Los Angeles, so if you're from Los Angeles or from California, you will have to sum 9 hours, and if you are from Miami, well, 6. So it's gonna be really easy. Let's put here, and let's put in this case, let's write correct time, asked, let's call it, yeah. And we are gonna now put the edit fields, let's put it like this, and it's gonna be to date time, there you go, dot format, there you go, and let's put exactly this, the year as we were doing previously. And now what we're gonna do is let's put plus time. Let's go again and put plus, and now be careful, because what we're gonna do is put this, we're gonna copy to date time, and well, you could put here, for example, to UTC, there you go, and we could put, for example, dot format, and just put in this, instead of this, the hour, minutes, seconds. And it will also work if you want to, instead of put to UTC, put directly the dots and the dot plus and put it like this, it's okay. If not, let's see what we can also add. Let me a moment. We would also put the to ISO, if I'm not wrong. There you go, to ISO, but this would make things worse. So with this said, I'm gonna bring it back to UTC, leave it like this, and let's run it. There you go, fantastic. I don't know if we're gonna, no, the quítalo de I don't know. Great, so now let's go back here and we're gonna add another HTTP request. In this case, that is gonna be post, because we are gonna actually book an event. So there we go, we're gonna come here and we are gonna, in this case, now it's the time to just use headers. The first one is gonna be an authorization, and here we're gonna put bearer, and you have to include your API key. There you go. So now in lowercase letters, we're gonna put call API version, there you go, which is gonna be, in this case, 2024-08-13th. It's like this, just put it like this. You cannot change the call API version, it's gonna be always the same, as well as the content type here. So it's gonna be, there you go, and we're gonna put application JSON here. Fantastic. So now what's gonna be the next step? We're gonna send a body. It's gonna be raw, and it's gonna be application JSON, and I'm gonna give this completely done for you guys so that you don't have to do actually anything. I'm gonna have already prepared here the code. I'm gonna change it to expression first of all, so I'm gonna make it bigger, and here we have it pasted. So in this case, as you can see, we have a random number. Well, this should be the number of the guy, of the person that we have been calling. The name, this should be also the assistant over values, the values that we're gonna be personalizing inside the call. The time zone, I'm gonna change it to my time zone. The language, in this case, as you want. I can leave it, for example, in English. I'm gonna change it right now, and we're gonna put the description. An agent will visit your property to check the roof. And let's put roof check as the title. There you go, fantastic. So the event type ID, we should put our event type ID, and here in the start, let's put, in this case, the correct time ask. Fantastic. So why don't we have to put the duration? It's really easy, guys, because in this case, what we have to do is configure the duration here on our event type ID. It's really easy because of that. And the information about the name and the phone number, we're gonna add it actually later once we do a test with the mobile phone to add all the information there so that we can configure it. We could also add here an email, so it would be as easy as this. We put here email, and we could include here, in this case, the email like this, and it will go here. So whatever you prefer in this case, guys. So the rest is gonna be left like this, and we will later have to include a webhook response that, as you probably know, Bapi doesn't get the information if we just output the first and incoming item. So we should actually change it a bit. First of all, the response code should be 200. Then we are gonna have to add a JSON. There you go. And we're gonna actually change this to expression and put this here. So the tool call ID, this thing that we're seeing here, is exactly the same tool call ID that we're gonna find here. So it should be this one. Exactly, it's gonna appear in gray, just so you know, but you should just get it from there, okay? So it's as easy as that. I'm actually gonna add it again because it seems like it gave me an error, so I'm gonna put it here. This JSON structure is mandatory, guys. So we have to always use this, because if not, Bapi is not gonna receive the response of the function, and it's not gonna understand what the result of it was. So let's put directly the appointment was booked as the agent had availability. An agent, he will be in his property, in the property of the user, better, at the hour agreed. Fantastic. Okay, and you will say, no, well, let's leave like this. No, we still have to add more things. We have to add our response headers. That is gonna be, in this case, content type here, and let's use application JSON. There you go. Okay, there we go, the respond to webhook, and we should also add another respond to webhook here, which will handle, in this case, all the information of the slots. So let's put the JSON. It's gonna be again an expression, and in this case we are gonna tell the agent that there was an availability, so we have to, in this case, propose another time. So let's put response code, response header, content type again here, and let's put application JSON. There you go, and let's make this bigger, and let's put this. The tool calls ID is gonna be exactly the same, and the result is gonna be the next one, guys. So let's say in this case there was not availability for the hour proposed. Fantastic. Here you have other available hours. Let's put better slots of the agent. And I'm gonna give, in this case, all the slots. There you go. And let's say now, dot, if there are no availabilities, well, I think I'm gonna actually give better the text one, because if not, we're not gonna be able to give it. There you go. If it is blank, it means there is no availability for that day, so you will have to ask for the user to propose other day, let's say. Yeah, and here before the if it, let's say propose 2 or 3 slots of the ones given to the user. Let's put but if it is blank, and let's leave it like this. Okay, so this scenario of the booking appointment will be basically finished. As you can see, it's simple, it's not really long, but it's true that it has a bit of complex in terms of building. So now we're gonna build the one of sending the calls, and so that we're able to, in this case, do a test, and we can complete this scenario, but in this case, including the name and the phone number and the email of this person inside, in this case, the get availability, the create booking of the HTTP request of Cal.com. So in this case, I already created a Google Sheets, which is supposed to be our page of leads, where we'll have the first name, the last name, the number, the email, the address, the city, and a column I have created that is gonna be called call sent. Please create, in this case, yours, so that we can test it, because what we're gonna do is call all the leads, in this case, that haven't been called, yeah. So they have this space blank, this square, this cell blank. So for that, let's come back here, and we're gonna add a first step that is gonna be on a schedule. Normally we could trigger the system to call maybe every 2 minutes, every 5, whatever you want. I'm gonna leave it right now to every 5. It doesn't matter a lot, because we are just gonna test it by executing the workflow, and then we're gonna come here to Google Sheets. So we want, in this case, to get a row. So let's come here and let's go to get rows in a spreadsheet. There you go. Fantastic. So in this case, we should first of all select our credentials. So I'm gonna create one. So now what I'm gonna do is go to the document, and in this case I'm gonna choose the AI cold calling campaigns. Then I'm gonna choose the roofing companies that I have here, and the filter has to be where the column of, in this case, the call sent equals to blank. And I'm gonna also set the settings of only execute once. Well, no, because if not, it's just gonna give us a lot. By now we are just gonna give the return only first matching row, and I'm gonna activate it. I mean, we could send maybe 3 calls a time, but it usually works better if we just send 1. So now for the sake of this video, we're gonna check the return only first matching row, and I'm gonna execute it, and as you can see, we get all the info in this case here. So guys, now we're gonna add, in this case, an HTTP request that is gonna be from the BAPI docs, because we want to, in this case, send a call with it. So let's go, in this case, to BAPI API docs. There you go. Let's search it. Let's go to the introduction, and we are gonna go to the API reference here. We're gonna, in this case, create a call. There you go. It's as easy as that. Once it charges, there you go, and I'm gonna copy this URL. I'm gonna bring it here. I'm gonna paste it here. Then what we are gonna do is, in this case, send headers. There you go. Well, let's go back to here, and we're gonna put these 2 headers. The authorization, I'm gonna copy it, bring it here, paste it here, and here we have to put better and your API key here. So let's paste it here, and here it has to go your API key. And then we're gonna add another parameter that in this case is gonna be content type and application JSON. There you go. Okay, fantastic. So with this done, let's go down, because we are gonna have to add a body that is gonna be again raw, and it's gonna be again application JSON. I already have it prepared. I'm gonna actually give it to you right now, but if not, I'm just gonna show you how to do it. We have to click here on try it. So once it charges, we're gonna start adding different things. First of all, we want to add, in this case, the assistant ID. Why? Because we already have created the assistant ID, so we don't have to create one as with the transient assistants as we used to have before. We are gonna add here our assistant ID, that as you can see here, it's this one, so it will just be added here. And I'm gonna actually paste it already. There you go. Then what are we gonna do later? Schedule plan. We don't need actually this. Transport assistant, no, we don't need that. What we do need is the assistant overrides. Why? Because this means that we're gonna be creating some, let's say, some variable values, as you can see here. So this is the variable values. I'm gonna start adding some of them. So by now it's gonna be put it like this, it's gonna be blank, but no worries, because later we will be adding them. Oh, so later what we're gonna do in this case is add the information of, in this case, the customer. We're gonna add the number, we're gonna also add the name, and we could actually add the email if you want. I mean, it could be useful. If not, yeah, let's add it by now. It's gonna also be in the assistant's override, so it doesn't matter a lot. Oh, so do we have to add anything more? I don't think so, actually. So what we're gonna do probably is add the final thing. I'm gonna add again the name. In this case, well, this is the name of the call, so we don't even need that. And the rest of the things are, I think, that phone number ID, it's really needed, because this is the phone number with which we are gonna actually call. And I think that the rest of the thing, it's okay. I don't think that we actually have to add anything more, because we're not using workflow, so let's leave it like this. Okay, so right now what I'm gonna do is actually copy all this. I'm gonna actually bring it back here, and let's paste it here inside the body. So let's paste it here, let's take this final part down, and let's start adding the variable values. There you go, and let's start here. So let's start. Here we are gonna add these commas. Let's click like this. It's gonna be name, and here we're gonna put the name of the user. There you go. Now let's put a comma. Let's go down, and we're gonna go exactly the same. Here we're gonna put, in this case, the address in case we need it and we want to include it. So it's gonna be, there you go. Here the address. Fantastic. Let's add another comma. Let's add right now the city. Here you go. There you go. City, and we're gonna put the commas between the variable. There you go. And let's finally add also the email, but well, we're already gonna have it anyways, as it appears in the customer's information. Okay, there you go. Email. Fantastic. Boom boom. There you go. And email. And I'm actually gonna add everything right now here. So the number is gonna go here. Remember that it has to include the country code, and the mass, I'm gonna add it right now so that it works correctly. The number, oh, I just added it. The name is gonna be here, and the email is gonna be here. Fantastic. Okay, so this is done. We just have to go to select our phone number ID. So for that, we would have to go to Papi, go to the phone numbers, and next to the phone number in the upper part you will find the assistant already. So the number, on the right you will find the small letters where you can copy there the the phone number ID, and paste it here. And once everything is finished, what we are gonna do is go to Google Sheets again, and we're gonna actually update a row. So let's click here, let's update row, and in this case we're gonna use the row numbers. Let's go here, let's go here, let's go with roofing campaigns. And what I'm gonna do is actually get here the row number, because I'm gonna actually copy the variable, delete it, bring it back here, and actually paste it here. Column to match on, we could use the row number, and let's paste it here. There you go. Fantastic. And we want to put call send here to express and let know the system that the call has been sent, and we don't have to call them again. Right, guys, that's fantastic. So now what I'm gonna do is actually put my number inside the Google Sheets. I'm gonna put my API key and my phone number ID, and let's go directly to test the system, so that later, once we receive here the information, we can actually finish this system of the appointment setting and test it at once and for all. Okay guys, so with this set, let's go directly into it. I have modified a bit, in this case, the JSON I'm going to show you right now. So as you can see, I have changed it to this, First the assistant overrides with the variable values, then the customer and everything, and finally this. I have deleted some variables, which I'm gonna actually add it right now because it wasn't working at the start, but finally it has been like this. I'm gonna add them right now, the email and the address. There you go. Fantastic, guys. So with this said, I'm gonna go once I finish this, and let's start, in this case, the test. Oh, doing another test, I also modified, in this case, the sheets, the last sheet, because it wasn't actually, it doesn't have to be JSON.row_number, but it has to go with the get rows. You just can get it from here. You just click here and drag the row number into here. Fantastic. So with that set, we are ready to go, and then I will go back here into the workflow of the appointment booking to test it and finally finish the HTTP request with all the information so that we can book the appointment correctly. So let's go into it. Let's click here on execute workflow and let's receive this call. There you go. Fantastic.
Is it Diego?
Yeah, that's me.
Hi, this is Diego with Science Roofing. I hope I'm not catching you at a bad time. The reason for my call is that we've been helping homeowners in Los Angeles with roof inspections and repairs, especially after the recent weather events. And I wanted to see if you'd be open to a quick chat.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know if you've noticed any issues yourself. Things like missing shingles, leaks, or higher energy bills. But a lot of roofs in your area are showing early signs of damage right now. Sometimes it's not visible until it gets worse. Have you noticed anything like that?
Yeah, I have done actually, yeah.
The good news is we offer free roof inspections so you can have peace of mind without any obligation. If there's no problem, you'll know your roof is safe. If there is, you'll know before it becomes a costly repair. Would you be open to scheduling a quick, no-cost inspection this week or next? We'll send a certified roofer to take a look and give you a written report.
Yeah, of course, go ahead.
Great. What day and time works best for you?
Oh, so let's say on Tuesday at 5 p.m.
It seems Tuesday at 5 p.m. isn't available.
Oh, okay, guys, so we actually got a problem because we have to change this to actually respond when using respond to web node. So I'm gonna actually do it again. That's the part. I had to change this before and I didn't do it. So I'm just gonna go back to the Google Sheets. I'm gonna delete this part of call send. Gonna go back to this one. I'm gonna execute again the workflow, and let's also wait for this one again. Let's go.
Hello, is it Diego?
Yeah, that's me.
Hi, this is Diego with Science Roofing. I hope I'm not catching you at a bad time. The reason for my call is that we've been helping homeowners in Los Angeles with roof inspections and repairs, especially after the recent weather events, and I wanted to see if you'd be open to a quick chat.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know if you've noticed any issues yourself, things like missing shingles, leaks, or higher energy bills, but a lot of roofs in your area are showing early signs of damage right now. Sometimes it's not visible until it gets worse.
No, well, I actually saw it. Yeah.
The good news is we offer free roof inspections so you can have peace of mind without any obligation. If there's no problem, you'll know your roof is safe. If there is, you'll know before it becomes a costly repair. Would you be open to scheduling a quick, no-cost inspection this week or next? We'll send a
Yeah, of course.
roofer to take a... Great. What day and time works best for you?
Let's say Tuesday at 4 p.m.
It looks like Tuesday.
Perfect, guys, so we got it. We got here all the information. Now we can go inside the HTTP request for booking an appointment to check and finally modify it to the final version. So as you can see, if we go actually down and here inside the JSON we click here to webhook, we can go and actually get the information of the Gmail, which is a really good part. So we will have to go down until we find the assistance overrides, or we could even use the information from the customer. So let's find it. Here it is. So we're gonna put here the email. Fantastic. We're also gonna put here the name. There you go. So the start is exactly it has to be left like this. So you could get here the number from the customer and just leave it here, and it would already work and the appointment will be booked. Okay, so I'm gonna leave actually here the number, and we are gonna be ready to test it again so that we can actually finally book the appointment. Okay, so I executed and everything is working, so let's do a live test finally so that we can do it. I'm gonna come back to the Google Sheets. I'm gonna remove the call send so that I can send me a call finally, and let's go to it. Let's execute the workflow so that we receive the call, and let's also put here to execute this one so that we can get the appointment. Receiving it right now, and I'm gonna get it.
Diego.
Yeah, that's me.
Hi, this is Diego with Signs Roofing. I hope I'm not catching you at a bad time. The reason for my call is that we've been helping homeowners in Los Angeles with roof inspections and repairs, especially after the recent weather event. And I wanted to see if you'd be open to a quick chat.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know if you've noticed any issues yourself, things like missing shingles, leaks, or higher energy bills. But a lot of roofs in your area are showing early signs of damage right now. Sometimes it's not visible until it gets worse.
Well, I have seen some of them actually. Some of my neighbors have been damaged, yeah.
The good news is we offer free roof inspections, so you can have peace of mind without any obligation. If there's no problem, you'll know your roof is safe. If there is, you'll know before it becomes a costly repair. Would you be open to scheduling a quick, no-cost inspection this week or next? We'll send a certified roofer to take a look and give you a written report.
Yeah, of course.
Great. What day and time works best for you?
Well, let's say on Wednesday at 6 p.m.
You're all set for Wednesday at 6 p.m. We'll send a certified roofer to take a look and provide you with a written report. Thanks for choosing Signs Roofing.
Thank you. Bye. Okay, guys, so we actually got it booking. Let's go right now to my Google Calendar. As you can see, the HTTP request has worked correctly. So here I am in my calendar. So let's go to the Wednesday. I said 6 p.m. and as you can see here, we have the discovery call with all the information that we set. It's here scheduled. We can do the length as 1 hour, 2 hours, however you want with the cal.com event type. So here we should do it inside here, cal.com. You can see we have some reservations. This one, these two. This was a previous test, the one that you heard, and this one is the latest one. So yeah, guys, it was booked. As you can see, it works perfectly. So let's go to the final part of the video. So guys, this has been all for the video. Hope you've enjoyed and you've learned how to build this roofing system for cold calling, in this case leads, to see if they want to actually repair the roof or they need it. So if you're a roofing company, you can book a call with me in the description, and if you're someone that is willing to learn AI and to learn how to build these systems, I hope it has also been useful for you. So nothing more, I hope you've liked the video again, and thanks for watching.